In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to use mesh modeling to make the upper body of a humanoid character. This skin can be connected to an armature to make a rig that can be animated. But how do we make it? I'm going to do File New. I'm going to delete the default cube by pressing the delete key. Add Mesh Cylinder. The cylinder has capped ends. I don't want those, so I'm unchecking capped ends. I'm going to zoom in the front view and go from object mode to edit mode. I'm going to go to edge select mode, and we have horizontal edges and we have vertical edges. I want to select all the vertical edges. To do that, I'm going to press B select and drag out a region in the middle. Now if you look in the right view, you can see we've selected all the front edges but not the back edges. To fix that problem, if you click this button, limit selection to visible, which it is at the moment, we can select the hidden edges behind. Again, B to select, drag out a region in the middle. Now we've got all the edges selected, all the vertical edges selected. Now I'm looking for the subdivide button, and I'm going to increase the number of cuts so that the faces are roughly square. 9 will do, and that adds the extra geometry we need to be able to deform the mesh. I'm going to toggle out of quad view. I'm going to select a central edge. I'm going to hold down the middle mouse button and drag, and I'm lining up that central edge with a corresponding edge at the back of the tube so we can look over the top of the tube. I'm going to take limit selection to visible off. I'm going to select a vertex, two faces from the center, so I'm going to go into vertex select mode. I'm going to select the adjacent vertex by holding down shift, select both are selected, and then I'm going to select the two vertices at the back of the tube. I'm going to go to the mesh menu, faces, and make face. Without holding shift, I'm going to select this vertex. Then I'm going to hold down shift and select 3 more vertices to make a face. Mesh, faces, make face, and if you notice the shortcut key is F. And I'm going to do the same again. Without shift held down, select a vertex, hold down shift, select 3 more vertices, and now I'm just going to press F on the keyboard to create a face. I'm going to repeat the process for the other side, selecting 4 vertices and pressing F to make a face. These will become the shoulders of the skin. I'm going to go into edge select mode. I'm going to select one of the edges of the faces we just made. I'm going to press B for B select and carefully just select the edges of the faces we just made. Then go to subdivide and number of cuts change to 5. And repeat for the other side. Select, first of all, select an edge, then B select and carefully select just the edges of the faces we made, and subdivide and cuts 5. I'm dragging with the middle mouse button to rotate the view. I'm going to go into vertex select mode and select this vertex. I'm holding down shift and I'm going to select a block of vertices. I'm going to press the delete key and vertices to make an armhole, and I'm going to repeat that now for the other side. Select this vertex, hold down shift, select the other vertices, press the delete key and vertices. Now I'm going to start to deform the mesh. I'm going to go back to quad view, toggle quad view. By default you get the 3 orthogonal windows plus the camera perspective. I'm going to change the camera to the front view, but I'm going to put perspective on. I'm going to zoom out and rotate to an angle where we can see what's going on. I'm going to go into edge select mode. I'm holding down the Alt key. I'm going to select a line of edges in the middle. I'm holding down Shift and Alt, and I'm going to select a line of edges and add to the selection. Now I'm going to press G and Z to move those edges upwards, to move the shoulders up, but if I do that, only the selected edges will move. If I put proportional editing on, the edges near will also move. I'm going to change from smooth to sphere and press G and Z. Now I can move the shoulders up. We've got 2 factors though, the movement in the Z direction, but if I wheel the mouse we can increase the area that's affected by the proportional editing. Now I'm going to type in a value for the Z direction of 1, and I'm going to increase the proportional editing to make sure all of the mesh is encompassed, and press enter. I'm going to go into object mode. I'm going to add a modifier, a smooth modifier. I'm going to set the factor to 1, and I'm going to up the repeat until under the arm goes from convex to concave, about 10. Then I'm going to apply the modifier and go back into edit mode. I'm going to stop there and we'll carry on in part 2 of the tutorial.